Hey guys, today I'm going to show you lessons 13 and lesson 15. They're both very easy. So I'm just going to do these lessons very quickly. I think you guys should be okay with them. It's mostly to explain the directions. Okay, so the pages that you're going to do for your assignment are almost exactly like these pages that I'm going to show. So for the first one, it says use a right angle template and straight edge. You probably don't have a right angle template, so don't worry about that, but they want you to draw at least 4 sets of parallel lines. So that means if a set of parallel lines means 2, right? So if I draw this line and I want to draw a parallel line, it's best if I don't have a ruler, I just am using this like piece of thick construction paper. It would be best if you measured the distance between the 2 lines. So let's say I want my line to be this far apart. With you could measure like a centimeter or whatever. I'm just going to make another mark right here so that I'm keeping my line parallel, because it is always going to be the same distance when I'm like separating it here, if you know what I mean. So then I can just draw the line that way. You could just kind of look at the line and draw it and show me a parallel line. However, a true parallel line is always the same distance apart. So if you used a ruler, that would be better. Down here, circle all the lines that are parallel. So again, I'm looking for the distance between the lines and making sure that they wouldn't intersect. So when I look here, it looks like between the lines, there's one of these spaces. That one looks parallel. Here, if I count down, this is 1, 2 spaces. Down here, it's still 1, 2. This looks parallel. Here, I can count the spaces. Looks like this is like 1 and almost, almost the whole thing. Here is kind of the same. These two look parallel to me. Here, I can tell this one's not parallel because this one's starting to come in. And also, if you look, this is almost 2 full spaces. And this already is less than 2 spaces, so I know that one's not parallel. I can tell this one's not parallel. Notice I can just tell by looking, so I think you guys would be the same way. This looks like it's starting to get thinner coming down here. Not parallel. You don't even have to cross it off. You can just circle. This one too, I can tell that the spaces aren't quite the same. This is 2 spaces plus a little bit. This right here is less than 2. Those are not parallel. And then for this one, it looks like it could be parallel. I'm going to count the spaces. 1, 2. Here's 1, 2. This looks parallel to me. Easy enough, right? You're going to be basically doing the same thing. All right, on page 73, it says use your straight edge to draw a segment parallel to each segment through the given point. So this sounds like confusing directions, but really it's not. They give you a line or a segment and they give you a point. You need to make the lines parallel. So I have this segment. I have this point S. To make a parallel line, I need to go through S. And it actually says use a straight edge to draw a segment. So I'm not going to put arrows on the end because that's a segment right there. Here I have B. Here's my segment. Here's the other segment. To make them parallel, draw a straight line through here. These lines are 2 apart. These lines are 2 apart. Here I need to go through U. I see that right here, this is where this line is. You go over 2. So here it would intersect again. I go over 2. That line would go through here. You don't even need to draw that other point. I'm just doing it so that I'm showing that they're exactly parallel. Okay, so that's basically the gist for that one. Easy enough. In number 4, it says draw 2 lines parallel to line B. So I can always choose a point and then count down like I usually do, or whatever works. Let's start here. If I count 1 down, I'm just going to make it parallel just 1 more less. I can do the same for here. And then draw my parallel line that way. All right, they say draw 2 lines, so there's the first one. Now I'm going to make another one. I I could do the same thing. I'm gonna count 1 up from where this intersects. And then let's see, what's another point I could use? This one intersects too. And then I'm gonna draw my line that way. Okay, so this is, oopsies. This is pretty easy, guys. I don't even know if some of you might not even need to watch this. So that was lesson 13. Your homework is pretty similar. Now I'm gonna go to lesson 15. All right, lesson 15. Now we're gonna be constructing perpendicular line segments. So before it was all parallel, now we're looking for perpendicular. Remember, perpendicular is when they intersect, where's my hand? When they intersect or cross. Circle of the line segments that are perpendicular. So these cross right here, perpendicular. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have been more specific. It's not just where they intersect, it's where they're intersecting to form a right angle. So that's obviously not forming a right angle. Here, if I kind of turn my book around, these look like they could possibly be 90 degrees, but it's actually not. That looks like it's less than 90 degrees. This is perpendicular, where they or where they connect, it forms a 90-degree angle. This one does not work. I'm gonna turn my book for this one. This one looks like it's perpendicular, like a 90-degree angle formed right here. This one as well. And this one as well. All right, in the space below, use your right triangle template. You don't have a right triangle template, okay? So just use your straight edge. To draw at least 3 different sets of perpendicular lines. So remember, perpendicular line, that means they intersect at a right angle. So really what we would need to do here is measure the angle, but I can just tell if you guys, you understand that when they cross, they form a right angle. So you need 3 different sets of those. I know I'm going fast, but again, I think this is super simple and you guys don't really need that much help with this. Draw a segment perpendicular to each given segment. Show your thinking by sketching triangles as needed. So again, you don't have to sketch the triangles, but I do want you to make perpendicular line segments. So this is the first line segment. If I wanted to make it perpendicular, it forms at a right angle. So you're gonna do that for each of these. You could even do it this way. Oh, that's not straight. And you're gonna do that for each of these. So ignore where it says triangles if you want. Here, draw 2 lines perpendicular to E. So you're gonna sketch 2 lines perpendicular to that. This whole, I know I went really quick with this lesson, but it's very, very easy. And I want you to watch those videos that the teacher did using the templates. So she should have shown you in lesson 15, you should have watched for page 87. And then for lesson 13, you should have used template 76 and template 77. So please make sure you're actually watching those videos and you're actually doing the templates with the teacher. All right, that's it for today.